Coming from a large family, I know this is what made me a good candidate for queen. It was felt that I would provide many healthy children. It should have been like shelling peas. How hard could this be? My lying in began at Hampton Court Palace that September, and my pains began on the 9th of October. I was anxious, yet excited to see my prince. The excitement began to wane by the following day. The anxiety was replaced by abject fear by the 3rd. I had no sense of time, place, body. My tiny frame racked with wave after wave of agony, a knife cutting through my very being. Yet, still this child would not be parted from me. In the dead of night, just when my strength and my will had all but deserted me, with one last agonizing push, this child burst forth from me and let out a single strangled cry. We two, together, had shared and endured these days and nights of utter living hell. My instinct was to take that small boy, my boy, and hold him close, safe in my arms, to protect him, to love him. Yet the sound of his cry was all my very being needed to give in to the exhaustion, escape the pain, and slip into the darkness and comfort of sleep. As is the way of my time, my dear baby boy was immediately placed with his wet nurse and prepared for his first public appearance, his christening. His sisters Mary and Elizabeth would be present and carry his train during the ceremony 3 days later. It was not of concern me not being present, nor his father. This was just the way of things. So, no one considered how fair the vessel by which this heir had become. This empty, longing woman, who had succeeded where others had tried and failed for 27 years. This mother, yearning for her child. And yearn I would, for all eternity. My slight frame had endured such trauma and injury that in my weakened state it could not heal itself nor recover. I breathed my last 11 days after fulfilling the role I had been engaged for, securing the Tudor dynasty. My funeral on the 12th of November, Henry's only wife to receive that of a queen, was held at St. George's Chapel, Windsor Castle. 29 mourners, one for each year of my short life, were led by my dear stepdaughter, the Lady Mary. And for a time the inscription above where I lay was, "Here lieth a phoenix, by whose death another phoenix life gave breath. It is to be lamented much, the world at once never knew two such." I could not have imagined how my passing would affect my bluff and bluster line of a husband, and yet he mourned grievously. Wearing black for 3 months, and unable to remarry, let alone look at another for 3 years. In his pit of grief, his health suffered. He became obese and swollen, his physicians working constantly, tirelessly, to manage his many ailments. And when his time came, he chose to lie with one more beloved than all who came before and after. Yes, it was me, his one true wife. An irrefutable fact, the evidence there for you all to see, actions speaking louder than words. As for our boy, he did so much good in restoring his sisters to the line of succession, and tried so hard to emerge from the shadow of one of the greatest monarchs of all time. My elder brothers, Edward and Thomas, dined out on my revered memory, and did themselves no good, spending less time on guiding Edward on the right path than in feathering their own nests. Sadly, the young king had inherited the slightness of frame and weakness of will from his mother, and he had made for a manipulated and malleable puppet. He died a youth, a political pawn. Well, the rest is history. I hope that my story has given you a different perspective and made you question your thoughts on Jane, the often overlooked and diminutive queen.